Living in LA and near the ocean gives me great access to fresh fish. I also love using propane to cook that fish on my grill because it gives me unparalleled temperature control, resulting in perfectly cooked fish pretty much every time. Today I'm gonna walk you through one of my favorite recipes, a cedar plank salmon fish taco. If I could give you one tip, here it is. Be present, stay close, and never leave your grill unattended. I could not be more excited than I am right now because I'm about to make you two of my favorite things together in one dish: cedar plank salmon and fish tacos. First thing I'm gonna do is get a lot of my accoutrements going, the garnishes, the things that you wanna eat with your tacos. I've got some pasilla chilies already grilling on the grill now. Avocados are pretty popular down here in Southern California. I like to treat these like meat. I'm gonna open these guys up, take the pit out, put them flesh side down on the grill, and that's gonna be another meat alternative for people that don't eat fish or chicken, but it's also good to put on top of the taco with the other proteins. I've also got some pico de gallo, some purple cabbage, cilantro, oregano. We're gonna bring all these flavors together and everyone's just gonna wrap it up and eat it. First thing I wanna do is talk about the cedar planks. It's really, really important that you soak these in water so that when you put them on the grill, they don't flare up and burn. I soaked them for about an hour and a half, and I think that should be good to go on the propane grill. The other thing I've got over here is a rub. Now, we're gonna dry rub this salmon just like you do on like a low and slow barbecue to add some nice like crusty flavor to that outside. I've got here some sugar, some salt, some dried oregano, some garlic powder, some onion powder, some cumin. We'll put some black pepper, and then one of my favorite things that we're gonna add to this rub, smoked paprika. It just adds like a nice smoky, charred grill flavor to everything, even if you're not outside cooking on the grill. The other thing that I'm really excited about, again, is that grilled avocado. Open it up, take out that pit, and by doing that, it's pretty much ready to go on the grill. I like to season this with a little bit of that spice rub, just so the flavors that we're putting in the salmon is also there for the people that might be vegetarian and don't want a piece of fish on their taco. I mean, not to mention how good does this look? People show up and see this, they're gonna know something great's about to happen. So to grill an avocado, not like another protein, I really just put it on there until you develop like a good solid consistent char on the outside of the flesh, and then take it off. The other thing that's cool about this is that if you leave it in the skin and set it aside after it's grilled, it's not gonna oxidize. So you can do this long before you start your fish. So I'll set these guys right next to the pasillas that are grilling, because all we really wanna do is get a nice good char on the flesh side of the avocado. And so we've got this thing pretty much ripping hot. Between the propane and the temperature gauges on this grill, you can really set the grill to perform any way you want, depending on the task that you have in front of you. You can really just set up your station out here, much like you're like a DJ. You've got your turntable set up and you just kind of move back and forth and do your thing. That's what I love about cooking outside with propane. The pasilla peppers are pretty much ready to roll. Look at that char. And then that skin should just peel right off the outside of that pepper. I'm gonna get back to scraping those later. Right now I wanna talk more about the fish. So I like to lightly oil my plank before I put the fish on top of it to prevent the fish from sticking to it. However, I'm not gonna put too much because fat and oil can lead to flare up. Just give these avocados a quick look. They're getting a nice little char on them right now. Close this up. You wanna bring the grill temperature back up to between 400 and 500 degrees Fahrenheit when you're cooking the salmon, because you're really roasting the salmon on the cedar planks inside that grill. So we're basically using the propane power and the cedar planks to create like a smoker inside this grill. I actually don't prefer portioning the fish out first. I think there's just something really impressive about like a big old piece of fish roasted on a cedar plank, but also it's fun to just sort of put a fork next to this and let people dig into it and make their fish tacos. So now I'm gonna rub the fish with our spice rub. Give that a quick, if you came here for anything, you can walk away with just that and be fine. You wanna put the spice rub on the outside of the fish, almost like you're making a barbecue pork shoulder. A lot of people, you know, you see people seasoning like this, like this, like this. That's all for show. Tonight, we're all about flavor. I'll even pat this in, let that absorb a little bit, add another little layer of it. And then at this point, I like to just drizzle just a little bit of oil over the top of it to help start that Maillard reaction, that caramelization process, because salmon is a lot more lean, obviously, than say you're roasting a piece of pork, which has all that nice fat that will caramelize nice and quickly. I'm gonna put this on the grill. And as you can see, the smoke is already starting to come off of that cedar plank. You can already smell that cedar plank smell, and that smell is gonna go inside the fish. And that's what I love about this recipe, is that you're kind of making like barbecued smoked salmon at the same time, but then we're gonna take it a step further and put it on a taco. So this grill right now is reading at about 400 degrees Fahrenheit. When you're opening and closing the grill as much as I am, it's important that you watch that temperature gauge so that you're cooking with the ambient temperature that you're looking for. And know your grill. Like this particular case, I know that this spot of the grill is pretty hot. So now at this point, I've got it started. I can move it up to the top and just let this thing smoke and cook and do its thing. All right, so we've got our salmon on the grill. We've got our poblanos cooked. We've got our avocados charred. The last thing I wanna do, we're having tacos, we need some tortillas. Another thing that I love about cooking outside on a propane grill is you can just sort of put everything on there and let it do its thing. These are wrapped in aluminum foil, tortillas ready to go. I'm gonna set these on the back of the grill as well. And let it do its thing until my friends arrive. So I made some fish tacos, I grilled some avocados. Y'all eat. For more outdoor cooking recipes, go to propane.com/families and check out everything my brother Brian and I have put together just for you.